Hi, Collie, how are you?
All right, now Mike, yourself?
Not so bad. Just to hear there, Mackie, he won't feature this weekend. Is it just it's waiting on further updates, is it?
Yeah, just investigating the injury further before we know where we can go with it. Obviously, hopefully it's not too bad, but we won't know until we get the full medical update, you know.
And Tiernan and Oisin, are they back in the running for this week?
No, Tiernan is still out, and Oisin is still out as well, so they won't be selected this weekend. Yeah, they're still on the injury list, yeah.
Okay, very good. Pete said after the match they were going to have a blunt review. How much of that had he gone through? And he said earlier in the season there was a time to be very measured and diplomatic about the reviews and the talks, but how much has that changed after Friday night's performance? Yeah,
look, obviously conceding 41 points at home, we're all very disappointed with that. Look, the review from the game the weekend is complete. We had a very frank, very honest review from a team point of view, from a unit point of view, backs and forwards, and some individual conversations. And from here on in, we're talking about Saracens. So the review is very much done, and it's important. It's done that way. It was honest. It was frank. The players were honest with each other. We were honest with each other as coaches, and it's done now. We're very excited for the challenges coming ahead against Saracens.
I suppose the technical aspect is one thing, and sometimes you can just come across a French team, and if they're on it, they're on it. I guess a lot of the people were there just heard from the being in the stands, the groans, and maybe the people weren't happy with the attitude or work rate of the Connacht players. I mean, what do you say to the Connacht fan who expects more from in terms of that attitude?
Yeah, look, first and foremost, I think our supporters have been absolutely incredible. Like last week against Leinster was probably the best atmosphere I've experienced myself in the sports ground, and we know that they feel let down, and they should feel let down. From our point of view, I wouldn't question the attitude of any of our players. I thought there was technical reasons why the game got away from us, and a lot of aspects of our game just didn't function the way it has functioned so far this season. We didn't perform well. We know that. We've reviewed that hard, and from a supporter's point of view, we totally understand their frustrations, and we have to be better for them because they've been absolutely outstanding. But I think we will be. I think it was an anomaly. I don't think that's been our consistent behaviour for the past 18 months. I think certain aspects of the game just got away from us, and we were kind of a step behind in certain areas. And when you give a French team of that quality those kind of ins to a game, it can become very hard.
Just going from that, do you have to adapt much your plan for Saracens, or do you think there's enough room in this week, enough time in this week to tighten up on the many aspects you do need to work on, or is it a matter of kind of throwing something from left field at Saracens to get a result?
No, I think, look, we've a full week of prep. It's not a short week for us. We've had 2 days recovery. We've today, we've training this evening, we've tomorrow, we've Thursday, we've Friday. So we've a very good week of prep ahead of us for Saracens. And I think if you reflect on the season as a whole, Saturday was, Friday night was an anomaly. We just haven't seen that from us. Yes, where a lot of areas of our games just didn't function, and we take confidence from how we started the season and the games leading up to that. And I think even the first 10 minutes we were in a good spot as well. We just didn't convert opportunities. With opportunities in the second half, we didn't convert as well. So I don't think it's a consistent team. I think we just need to get back to our processes, train well during the week, and look forward to a huge challenge on Saturday.
Thanks, Collie.
Hi, Collie. It's William here. How are you?
All right, now, William, you?
Yeah, not bad. You're talking about an anomaly. It's a pretty bad anomaly, though, to throw in a performance like that, having lost the previous 2 games. Issues probably at altitude and heat against the Bulls, and Leinster was last minute. But that really came from nowhere in many ways, as you say, even all of this season at home. So what have you been able to deduce as to why it happened?
Well, I think from a coaching point of view, like we look at the game as a whole. We thought we started the game well, and we didn't get the reward from the first 10 minutes. And then, we were a step behind in a lot of areas, and which gave the quality that they have license to breed and license to get after us. I think conceding early after half-time didn't help. And then we had opportunities at 19-5 as well, which we didn't convert into 22. So the opportunities were there. We didn't convert to continuously apply pressure on them. And then we just, it fell into a scenario of chasing the game more and more. But like coming back to the other games that you referenced there, William, as I said, it is an anomaly, and I wouldn't question the character of any of these players, because so far this season they've been outstanding. And it's about us getting back on the horse now, getting back to training well, getting back to our processes to put in a performance against Saracens.
Being a yard behind, is that symptomatic of an attitude or just fatigue, or what causes that? Because it was pretty obvious watching it that they didn't get to the pitch that they needed to get to.
As I said, I just think certain momentum areas in the game, William, hurt us. As I said, not scoring early, conceding early after half time. And we need to be better at recovering from moments like that. So that's really what the review was about. We had opportunities, we just didn't take them, and we kept giving a team like Bordeaux have huge quality license to breathe.
Are you concerned about the line-out has sort of struggled in the last two games, and that's a launch play position, but balls not getting caught in the 22 and attacking positions? Is that a real concern?
It's a focus area, but I think we've got a very, very good coach in John, and we've got a very, very good line-out forwards in the group, very, very good line-out leaders. There has been some line-outs lost. There's no getting away from that, but the boys are working very hard on it, and I think we'll see the fruition in it as the season progresses on. We just have to stick with it. Keep coming back to the fundamentals of our line-out. And I think we will get the reward as the season goes on.
Slightly caused a decision to change both props at half time is fairly radical when you're only 12-5 down and still in the game, having maybe not played as well as you would have hoped. But it's a big decision. Why did that happen? I
think first and foremost, I thought we scrummaged very well the weekend. I thought it was an area of the game we got decent reward off, getting 4 penalties, and that's including the guys that came onto the pitch. We just feel we needed a fresh injection of energy there. The other thing is that the size of men that they were scrummaging against, it does take a lot out of the legs for Finlay and Dennis. And there always going to come a scenario when you're against men that are well into the 100 kilos and well over 120, 130 kilos. And there was a big volume of scrums in that first half, including a number on 5 metres out, that we wanted to get fresh legs in there. And Peter and Jack Ainger have scrummed very well for us so far this season as well. So, that was always important that we kept an eye on them, kept them fresh, because scrummaging those big men is going to take energy out of the legs.
Well, that's a good sign of depth, and they have scrummaged very well this season. So how do you approach Saturday in terms of, do you want to give the same guys a chance to fix it, or do you want to change it up, or is it really a matter of who puts their hand up now at training and shows that they really need to be picked on Saturday, because it's a very potentially defining game in this competition?
Yeah, it is. There's no doubt about that. It comes down to a number of factors. Yeah, performance plays into it, medical updates plays into it, how people train play into it. And it's our job as coaches now to prepare them as best we can and put the best 23 on the pitch that we feel are relevant to do the job for us.
Lovely, thank you.
Cully, how are you doing? It's John Fallon here.
Hiya, John.
Good, thanks. It's two things. Other than Mac, is there anyone else out of Friday night's game nursing injuries of any note?
No, we're all good other than that. Yeah. And
Diarmuid Kilgallen, is he available this weekend? He's not injured, I presume it was rested?
Yeah. Look, we've good depth in that position, but Diarmuid is back available as well for selection, correct, yeah.
Okay, and obviously with Sarries losing to the Bulls, it's must win for them.
Yeah.
Cranks it up even
100%.
more.
Yeah.
Connacht's record in England ain't good, the whole lot of whatever, but there's an awful lot on the line for both sides next Saturday.
Yeah, 100%. And look, we're written off. There's no doubt about that. We've gotten criticism, which, you know, when you concede 41 points is going to be deserved, but we're excited about the challenge, John. You know, it's the international pedigree they have, you know, the Lions they have in the team. You know, it's a great place for us to go and pitch up and show our wares, and show that Friday night was an anomaly. And, you know, I back the coaches, I back the players to go out and give a performance on Saturday that we can make our supporters proud of again.
Brilliant. Well, the best of luck, Colleen. Have a good week.
Thanks, John.
Hi, Colin. Just one for me. Mick Scully here. How are you doing?
Hi, Mick. How are you?
Good, thank you. I mean, you mentioned the pedigree of some of the Saracens players there. What sort of a team are they? How would you describe them in terms of what you have to do against them?
There's a number of areas. I mean, in fairness to them, their conversion rate when they get into opposition 22 is very high. They're a very good set-piece team, very good kicking team, obviously. And then you've got a sprinkling of world class with a Toje, obviously Mako Vanapola, Christian Gonzalez in the back row, Owen Farrell at 10, you know, Elliot Daly, the list goes on. So, you know, they have that top end ability to make decisions and adapt in games, and they're an extremely physical team as well. So, you know, they're going to bring huge challenges to us. You know, we just have to make sure our game is functioning. You know, we're definitely there physically, because it's going to be a battle for 80 minutes. And, you know, we have to make sure our set piece functions hugely, because it's going to be challenged.
Sure, and I mean, it's probably been kind of hinted at or referenced, but the fact you guys are going to be fired up, but they're coming off a defeat, they're going to be fired up, they have something to prove as well, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Motivation is huge on both sides. But look, what a challenge. You know, what a challenge. You know, this is why we fought tooth and nail last year to get back into the Heineken Cup in terms of our performances in the URC. This is where we want to be. You know, we're very disappointed with Friday night. I've outlined the reasons for that already. So we've reviewed it hard, we've been honest with each other, and it's time for us now to move forward positively and look forward to Saturday.
Great stuff. Best of luck. Thank you.
Thanks, Mick.